Hi Queens, and welcome back to Fast Track to That Girl. Today we're diving into how social media can elevate you to that dream life we all crave. If you caught our last episode with Jasmin, you'll remember how she left her 9-to-5 to pursue freedom and entrepreneurship. Today we're focusing on how she's used social media not only to build a brand, but also to live life on her own terms. So let's jump in. I'm super excited about this one, and thank you for being back.
Of course, always. Let's do this.
We just have so much fun recording these episodes.
I know. I love it already.
All right. When did you start with social media, and how has that journey been?
That's funny because I've been always very creative. I love to take pictures. That was my passion, but I didn't know that you can make money out of it. I didn't know that you can build a career out of it. So I've always loved to take pictures. And I think I opened my Instagram when they launched. So that was like way back, forever ago.
Like what, 2016?
I don't even know. I was like in high school or something. I don't know, like forever ago. But then like I just posted always as a hobby. Then just like my pretty pictures, and I didn't know that it can be like a career and stuff. Then obviously at some point I figured I was like, oh, people are making a career out of it, that they're growing, and I was just watching them and I was like, oh, that's so like exciting, but I could never do it. But then at some point I was like, okay, well, I'm in business right now and I have the mindset that I can do whatever I want to do and I can build different things. And I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. And this is my passion. So why not just like build something out of this? So then I made the decision that let me grow my accounts, and then whatever business I want to launch in the future, I can launch through my own personal brand, because then my target audience will buy the products from me, buy my services from me. And obviously, like, you can do brand deals, you can do affiliate marketing, you can do so many things through social media.
So it also, because I have an episode where I talk about turning your passion into money, basically.
Yeah,
and
well, that's what I did. That's what I did, exactly. Yeah.
So high school, you started posting.
Yeah.
But you had no idea, like
no.
anyone, like normal.
Exactly.
But when was that moment, like that crucial moment where you said, I've got this is my focus?
2 years ago. 2022, the beginning of 2022, I had 10,000 followers on Instagram, and that has just like accumulated over the years. I don't know. I was just like posting, and then, but I didn't do it for like the purpose of growing and the purpose of like building my personal brand. I was just like growing like little things and like friends and stuff like that over the years, up to 10K. But then, 2022, I decided now I will go all in. I will do whatever it takes. I don't know how long it's going to take us. Sometimes it's not also up to you. Like, you have to stay consistent. For some people, it takes off way faster than for some people. You have to post more and more long term and everything, and then it's going to take off. So then I started to post for 6 months. I grew from 10,000 followers to 16,000 followers in 6 months. So only 6,000 followers in 6 months.
But you were seeing growth.
Little growth. I was posting like every day, a lot of reels. And then on summer 2022, then everything changed. And then all of a sudden, I just started to gain followers. I go viral. I go viral once, another one. And then I just started to grow.
It's crazy because, I mean, for those who don't know, we're neighbors.
Yeah.
But we didn't know each other 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And I remember scrolling through social media, and like I knew you because we were the couple. We had a new dog, a puppy, that we were taking Sissy out every hour out. And I didn't really know you. I was like, that's the girl that's on my feed all the time. Like, I wasn't following you. I was like, but every time I would scroll, your reels were there, but it was not just the same reel.
Thank you, Instagram.
So that's the girl. And then I remember, I think I asked, I don't know, Axel, Marie, someone. I was like, is this girl?
My neighbor.
Yeah, that's Jasmin. And I was like, oh, that's hilarious. But I knew like you were right in front of me, but I just would see like you were going crazy viral. You were growing so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Like then I grew all the way up to 100,000 followers. And then now I'm like, I don't even know how much, 200,000.
No, I don't think it's 2,000.
200,060 something on Instagram. So now it's been a little bit slower as well, but that's also fine. Like, that's part of the process. You know, sometimes you have the growth periods and sometimes it's going a little bit lower and everything.
When you are in that momentum of like growth, what do you recommend? Like, you need to go all into that wave. What do you do?
Then you have to study the content that is working the best and repeat that content and push. If you see one video is getting viral, make the video again. Maybe you can even repost the same video. Just repost it, or like making it with a different outfit or different scenario. Just post it. Keep pushing the content that works the best. Just
And
keep
that's the
repeating
moment that you hop in.
Yeah.
You don't stop. Like
Yes.
that's
No,
the
no,
second
no.
that you go.
No, that's the worst thing that you can do. If you get viral and you start to grow, then you stop. No, you have to keep pushing even harder.
Right. So it's not just about going viral, right? It's also about building an audience that is super engaged with your content. So what advice would you give to someone that's listening now and wants to grow their audience? So first, okay, we got it. To grow, you need to be consistent. You need to post at least daily for at least 3 to 6 months. But then how do you keep that audience engaged? Because that's super important. That's how you're going to get brand deals.
I think when you have your target, like the ideal follower in your mind so clearly, I feel like then it's easier because you know who you're creating content to. So it's easy in your head. And then I think once you just like keep that person in your mind, you keep posting, and then you're going to start attracting those people. And I feel like my community, for example, the other day I met 10 girls who are my followers. We were shooting some things together, and they were all like similar to me. All my like target audience. And that's funny. We always almost like look the same. So that's like funny because that's my target audience. Exactly. So I was like, why we're also like-minded, and they got along so well with each other and everything. I was like, they're perfect, you know? So once you keep that on your mind, you post and you know who you're talking to. And I feel like then you can get a connection with the people as well. Obviously you have to respond to comments and, you know.
Yeah. All right. So when we talk about this ideal follower, how does she look like? Who is she? Like, what are the main things this ideal follower? And for those who have a brand, what is this ideal client? How does she look like?
Well, I can describe mine. So mine is someone who is, like similar to me, but few years maybe younger. I'm a few years ahead of them.
So the Jasmin from 3-5 years.
Yes, exactly. That's my ideal follower. They want to pursue something different in their lives. They want to make a change. They want to become the best version for themselves. And they like the aesthetic, like cute things. And they want to travel. They want to see the world. They want to, but not just like travel, like, you know, that kind of, but like the things that I like, dislike me, but a little bit behind.
So that's super cool because you're literally talking to Jasmin 5 years ago. And I think we all, if you are in that moment where you're more advanced, it's so nice to help those other, like for me, I do it to help the Pilis that are there, wanting to grow their business or start their business. So I think it's so nice to talk to yourself. And I think if you have that person in mind and you can picture that, it's not that hard because that's you. Most of the time it's you. You have the skills to change a problem, to solve a problem, to change a life. And in your case is to inspire girls to show them that's possible to live this dream life.
Exactly. But let's make an example. For example, if you struggle with your skin, you have acne, but you cured yourself, you heal your skin, you are going to make posts about how to, you know, like make better skin. So you are talking basically yourself and solving the problem for yourself. Few years behind. How can I explain this correctly? But you know what I mean.
You're talking to yourself.
You are helping those people.
You're talking to the you 5 years ago who struggled with acne.
Yes, exactly.
And
also this podcast, for example, you are basically talking to the things that you wish you would have known, or like the encouragement and everything that you wish you would have had.
Yeah, so, 100%. And it's crazy because I used to have the page with my partner Dana, Pili and Dana, and the way even when I was doing a story or anything, the way I talk to them is very different to the way I talk to my audience now, because I know that they're the Pili 5 years ago. The audience before was couples.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was different.
Exactly. The tone of voice is also different. You talk differently.
So you just, to build that engagement with your community, you just have to feel them. You know them already, and you need to speak how you would speak to yourself.
Exactly. And when you make the story, it can be like, whatever is the way that you actually speak. I always recommend to be very genuine and honest. Like, this is like, when you see me on social media, that's really me. So when I talk to make a story like, good morning, it's going to be an amazing day. But that's me in everyday basics anyways. So, connect with your audience, always like put like engaging stories, ask them questions, ask what they want to see from you, have Q&As. That's a really good way for people to like get to know you when you can answer those questions, and engaging things. Always call to action. How was your day? Drop your favorite things. I can tell you mine, you know, like always like it's an engagement with them.
But now when you're starting, You don't have many people wanting to ask you questions. So what do? Do you ask yourself the questions?
Make the story. Let's have a Q&A. You have to show up that you would have millions of followers. Just show up and be like, yeah, we're going to have a Q&A. Let's catch up, good friends. And then you drop yourself the questions. I ask you, my friend, drop me questions and then just answer them, put them to a highlight. And then when you start to grow, when new people come to your page, they can see that, okay, there is already some engagement going on. Just do it. Fake it till you make it in some ways.
Now I want to talk about brand deals. How does that work? How do you start getting approached by them? How do you decide which ones you work with or not? And what is the best one that you've ever, like the best brand deal you've had so far?
Well, first of all, now when you show up, and I reach millions of people every month. So obviously there is going to be a lot of brands who I also reach, and they see me, they get impressed by my content, the way I build my community, my content is very good, and they see that I get a lot of views and stuff like that. Obviously in the beginning it's going to be different when you have 2,000 followers and you start from scratch, but you have to start from somewhere again. In the beginning, obviously you have to do more work when it comes to approaching brands. So what I recommend to do if you're just starting out, just stay focused on building the brand, your personal brand and the account, but then reach out to brands like every day, like 10. I don't know, just find them. See what other creators are working with. See what kind of brands are running ads, because that means that they are paying to get the visibility for the content and they are willing to pay for something. So, those brands, just like reach out to them via Instagram DM, ask for the email and then send them an email. So you have to start from somewhere. But now, once I got here and I have a lot of views, obviously I get a lot of,
then it changes.
Yeah.
Like at the beginning, you might have to be the one searching.
Yes.
And then they are the ones looking for you and then you get to decide.
Exactly. That's the best, honestly, because your life also gets easier.
Of course. So now, what was like so far the one that you've said, okay, this is perfect. I enjoyed it, whether it was clothes, whether it was a hotel stay or...
I think my favorites are hotel stays, to be honest. And I think it's so much fun. And this is like my childhood dream. Because if I think about myself when I was younger and when this is in another episode, but when I quit my jobs, I was like, I just want to travel the world and, I don't know, just like go and make money online and So when now it's crazy that back then I couldn't afford to travel, for example, that much. And now I can get, like, I just got an invitation to Turkey, the new resort in Turkey. They fly me over, me and not just me, my friend as well, to go there to shoot content, to have a nice vacation. And that's it. And it's crazy. So I think this kind of stuff, you just feel amazing. I think this, like, I accomplished something, you know? So I like hotel deals, to be honest. But also like just like normal brand deals that I really like, the products that I already use myself. I love to promote those brands.
What I really love from you is that you're not the typical travel content creator. Because let's go back to 2018 when the travel industry was booming. It was all about that like epic shot in the mountain for sunrise. But you do it differently. And like even when you do collabs, when you stay in this house, a lot of the people that come are travel influencers or lifestyle, but mainly travel. So the photos that I see are outside in the pool, in their bikinis.
With the drone shots and everything. And that's also cool. It's very
amazing,
cool.
But it's different. I just find you very different because when you talk about the travel industry and I see you creating content in the kitchen, in the room, it's just, for me, it's very interesting. It's like a whole new different vibe that I haven't seen in travel.
Yeah. Sometimes people ask like, what is the content that like, cause I do coaching, Instagram coaching. So they're like, okay, what kind of content you produce for the hotel? And I'm like, this when I'm sipping my coffee in the kitchen. This is what I produce, you know? So it's like, it's different for everyone. And obviously there's a lot of hotels that they don't want to work with me, for example, because it's like, it's not what they're looking for. But then again, there's a lot of places that are looking for exactly what I do. And it's also powerful because then people are, oh my God, this kitchen is the most beautiful kitchen and I can relate to it and everything. So, then they look for that kind of content. So I feel like you just have to stick what is true to you because I could never create that kind of content. It's not me. This is me. So it works for me.
Also not about doing everything like everyone else, but it's doing you. Exactly. And not everybody's going to like you in everything in life. Not everybody's going to like you, but the people that do, they're going to love you and they're going to want you. For me now, when I look at people that want to come to this villa, coming from the travel industry, of course, I love the people that are going to shoot with a drone and that are going to swim with in the pool and come out like that. I love it because I used to do that. But with your type of content, I feel that I'm there with you.
Yeah.
And the other one, I feel it's very, wow,
Yeah.
look at them. That's
Yeah.
amazing. With your content, I feel like, oh, how cute. I'm right there with Jasmin in the kitchen having a chat. I was there, but
you were exactly there with me.
But that's what it makes me feel.
Yeah.
And I think that more people are looking towards that.
Yeah. And I think nowadays they want to have something like very genuine and very like honest and that kind of content as well, like more relatable content. So I think that's also, even though, yes, I'm bringing the aesthetic, it's very picture perfect. Sometimes it's obviously it's not relatable exactly. I guess like just like stick with your whatever is true to you. And that's what I did.
It might not be as relatable, but it's still like everyone wants to have a certain level of aesthetic. At least your followers want that. So it can also be like, it doesn't have to be this picture perfect villa, but it can be a normal kitchen that you just organize it nicely and you have the right light and you put flowers on a croissant and a coffee. So it might not be perfection and built for that, but it's also really, really pretty in their own way. Like, it can make it pretty.
Exactly. And also this is a whole nother topic, but everything doesn't need to be aesthetic. My thing is aesthetic. Everything is aesthetic. The room is aesthetic and everything, but it doesn't need to be aesthetic. I just want to put it out there because there's so many people who reach out to me and they're like, but what if my home is not pretty? What if my kitchen is not pretty? What is my closet? I don't have the best clothes. I'm like, it doesn't matter. There's so many people who can relate to you. And that's another topic.
We should do another episode.
Yeah, we have to. We're going to get into it another time. So yeah.
All right. And now last thing. So you have an ebook where you help women that want to have your life achieve that through social media. Can you walk me through a little bit of your ebook? How can they get it? What will they gain from it?
I built this entire thing for myself. And then I was like, I started to get so many questions of how are you growing this much? What are you doing? Like, what is the strategy here? And then I was like, let me just put everything that I know into one PDF. It's literally like 60-page PDF. So I was like, let me put everything there, everything that I know about social media. I have had mentors. I paid for courses. I flew to other countries for like events and everything to learn, to figure things out. So now I have everything in this small little PDF, and it's not a rocket science, but it's just there. Everything you need to know.
So basically it's like putting in your knowledge that you have for over the years and all the things that you've learned. Yes. Summarized with the things that worked for you so that they can do it.
Everything you need to know, all the basics you need to know. I'm covering up every single step that I did to gain 400K in the last 2 years. So I also believe that if you want to teach other people something, you have to have the success for yourself in a certain way, and then you can sell it. So this is exactly what I did for myself first, and now I can help other people. And the amount of girls that I've helped, it's just like,
how satisfying is it?
I know, it's the best. I love when I can actually help people. And for example, this one girl, there were so many examples, but this one girl, last year she had 1,000 followers and now she's closing 100,000 followers, which is insane. And this is my favorite part. I love when, obviously I love it for me, but I love when I am able to help other people with this as well. So I'm not alone with this. We can all do this. And I think it's also honestly like possible for anyone.
Crazy. So yeah, you're literally one ebook away from the 100 to 100K followers.
Exactly. If you put into action, it's not enough if you just read it out like this. You have to put into action. And then sooner or later, it's going to work.
Thank you so much for all that value that you've given us today. And thank you for listening. Social media can open so many doors, and we hope you feel inspired to use it in your own journey. If this is something that you'd like to pursue, go grab Jasmin's ebook to learn how to build your own social media empire. I know you've got this. And if you loved this episode, make sure to check out our previous episode about leaving the 9-to-5 behind and pursuing a life others think is impossible. Remember, you have the power to create the life you love. I believe in you, and in you,
and in you, and in you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you both for having me again. It was so nice.
Bye.